Important topic for the Washington Commanders. They have their new quarterback, Jayden Daniels. They also have Marcus Mariota, which means it's probably going to be Jayden Daniels come week one, all due respect to Marcus Mariota. Here is Daniels from his offseason workout media availability talking about the possibility of starting week one for the Commanders. Here he is.
Do you anticipate starting week one? Do I anticipate? Yeah. I mean, I'm confident in my abilities, but if that's a decision that they got to make, that's above me.
And I ain't asked you. Stop
that's what I'm saying. That's a decision.
Do you, as the number 2 pick in the draft, anticipate starting?
I mean,
or you think they're gonna bring you along slowly, so to speak?
From what I heard, they said whenever I'm ready, I'm ready. Yeah, they didn't tell me like you got to start week one. They just said whenever you ready, like you ready. Whenever you feel ready, we feel you ready. We're gonna throw you out there.
Okay, I was incorrect, and my excuse is I was out of it yesterday. It was not his media availability. As you will see, that was from Keyshawn Johnson's podcast. And look, when he's ready, he's ready. And there's something profound in that because he'll play when he's ready. And if he's not ready, they're not going to put him out there. Because once you put a top 2 draft pick quarterback on the field, Charean, you can't go back. You can't start pulling him out saying, well, you know what, he wasn't ready. Let's go with Mariota for a while he gets ready. That's something the Jets do or did with Zach Wilson. Once you start playing those games, you start making the fan base very skittish. Did we get the right guy? Do our people know what the hell they're doing? Why did we take him when we could have had Drake May or J.J. McCarthy? You don't want that. So, yes, you put him on the field when he's ready. Your job is to get him ready and to know when he's ready. But he has the innate talent and ability where chances are he's going to be ready sooner rather than later. And for a guy like Jayden Daniels, given his running ability, Charean, if he's not ready, you know what's going to happen? He's just going to be running all over the place, like Mike Vick when we first saw him playing 20-some years ago.
Yeah, it sounds great. We heard the same thing last year with C.J. Stroud. Oh, Davis Mills has a legitimate shot at the job. And, of course, Davis Mills did not have a legitimate shot. And I don't know if we heard the same thing out of Carolina that he has to earn the job, but I do remember out of Houston. And you heard it out of Indianapolis with Gardner Minshew. And, of course, Anthony Richardson starts at the beginning of the season until he gets hurt in week 4 and Gardner Minshew takes over. The problem for all these rookie quarterbacks, Mike, is they're all going to be judged now on C.J. Stroud. People expect that they're going to step right in and be C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud was special last season. We haven't seen many rookie seasons like that. Dak Prescott, Ben Roethlisberger. You know, you think of a few. Peyton Manning didn't have the success on the field, but you could see the talent was there, and he played awfully well as a rookie. So, you know, I just think this puts a lot more pressure on these rookie quarterbacks to step in day one, to have the success that C.J. Stroud had last season. I think that's the expectation, and that's very, very difficult. And I think it's going to be difficult on all these rookie quarterbacks who have to start day one.
Well, and that's the thing. When you have success like Stroud had last year, it creates a greater expectation that teams will have these guys ready to go, especially the higher the pick. And it's a very simple proposition. Why did you draft him if he's not ready? Draft the guy who's ready. So who failed here? Did you draft the wrong guy? Did you fail to get him ready? Is he not as good as you thought? Why isn't he playing? We want him on the field. Let's go. And especially when you're the Commanders and you're looking for anything, if you're a fan of that team, to make you feel good about the present and the future, you want him out there. You don't want Marcus Mariota out there. He's the guy from 9 years ago that gave the Titans the same kind of feeling that Commanders fans now have. He was the 2nd overall pick. He came in with an expectation that he was going to be great, and he wasn't. Now, he started for a while, won a playoff game in Kansas City, the last playoff game the Chiefs lost before they flipped the switch to Patrick Mahomes. But you want this guy to play, and you want him to play well. And when C.J. Stroud did what he did last year, something's wrong if this guy isn't playing. But you still have to have him ready. So you don't have to bench him. So it isn't a disaster. And even though Peyton Manning played wire to wire his rookie season, 3-13, with all those weapons he had Marshall Faulk, he had Marvin Harrison, and they were 3-13. And he threw 28 interceptions that year. Still the record for a rookie. And I would suspect every year about this time, Peyton's looking at the rookie quarterbacks. Because, look, Peyton is a student of the game. He's a historian. Yeah. He doesn't want that record. Nobody wants that record. The Brett Favre career interception record or single-season interception record or rookie single-season interception record. He wants one of these guys to go out and throw 29. Hey, 17 games. They don't put asterisks on the good ones. Let's not put asterisks on the bad ones either. Let's get out there and throw 29. So whether it's Jayden Daniels or Drake May or Caleb Williams or J.J. McCarthy or Bo Nix or Michael Penix Jr., although probably unlikely Penix will go wire to wire as the starter, but who the hell knows? Crazier things have happened. That's the tension. Once you write that check, once you put that name on the card, especially high in the draft, you better get him ready to go. And it sure sounds like, why wouldn't he be ready to go? That's what it comes back to. The Commanders fans so concerned about the chronic dysfunction under Dan Snyder, they're looking for any sign to believe that the fumes of Snyder are infecting the current organization. If Daniels isn't ready for week 1, something's wrong. But also, if they put him out there before he's ready, something's wrong. So it's kind of like sit and watch and wait and hope that this new regime doesn't screw this situation up.
Yeah, Mike, the Commanders are going to set a record, and we probably need to do a post on this. I was doing research last night. They're going to set a record by starting a different quarterback week 1, 8th consecutive season. So they haven't gotten it right since letting Kirk Cousins walk. And I think this should serve as a warning to teams like the Cowboys, who now don't have Dak Prescott tied up to a contract beyond this season. Since Kirk left after the 2017 season, it's been Alex Smith, Josh Johnson, Colt McCoy, Mark Sanchez, Case Keenum, Dwayne Haskett. You go on and on and on, all these different quarterbacks.
Ryan Fitzpatrick for half of a game. It was Ryan Fitzpatrick for half of a game in there.
Taylor Heineke, Garrett Gilbert, Carson Wentz, Sam Howell. You could just go down the list, and that's what they've had at the quarterback position. So now they have Jayden Daniels. Now they have their franchise quarterback. Now they have it all in place. That's what they feel like. So, of course, he's going to start week 1. It's not going to be Marcus Mariota. It's not going to be Jake Fromm. It's not going to be Jeff Driscoll. It's going to be Jayden Daniels, their hope for the future. People are excited in Washington about this quarterback. They finally have their franchise quarterback, the first one since Kirk Cousins. They got it wrong all these other times. Now they feel like they have it right. And you know what? If they have it right, Dan Quinn and Adam are going to be there for a really long time. And if they don't have it right, guess what? They're not going to be there for a really long time.
I'm looking at the list of all starting quarterbacks in Washington since Cousins left after the 2017 season, and it is Browns jersey worthy. We've heard Sean Payton talk about the meme that was out there with all the Broncos quarterbacks since Peyton Manning retired after winning Super Bowl 50. It's been this revolving door of names, and none of them have worked out. You look at the Commanders since 2017, and there are a lot of names on there of guys who have started games, and now they're hoping it settles. Last year, it settled on Sam Howell for all 17 games. He started every game of the year in 2023, but now they hope that it'll be Jayden Daniels every game this year, next year. They haven't had a franchise quarterback since Joe Theismann, who was the league MVP in 1983, but he didn't really burn bright for a long time. They haven't had that year in and year out long-term franchise guy since probably Sammy Baugh that was like one of the best of the best. And they have the chance now with Jayden Daniels, and they just have to now turn him into something. And we know from recent experience, 2021 draft, some of these guys, a lot of these guys, maybe 80% of these guys are not going to be what everyone is hoping they will be. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.